Hi everyone. Today I'm going to explain you about La Toussaint versus Dia de Muertos, or in English, the Day of the Dead. I am going to start explaining you about the origins of La Toussaint and after that about how French people celebrate it nowadays. I will also give you a short explanation about the Mexican Day of the Dead, and to conclude, I'm going to do a comparison between these two festivities. The origins of La Toussaint come from when the Catholic monks tried to evangelize the lands of Ireland, Great Britain, and Gaul. There, they found that the people had a religious holiday called Samhain. This holiday happened in the first day of November, when they were celebrating the beginning of the year and of the dark season. They also believe that during the Samhain, the doors that divide the world from the living and the dead were opened and will allow the free transit of souls and other spirits that night could once again live with their living relatives. The Catholic Church took advantage of it and they decided to adopt this custom. So when they were evangelizing, these cultures did not refuse to the change. La Toussaint. First, I have to explain that there are two different holidays in France. The first one is La Toussaint, which means all of the saints, and this one is celebrated the 1st of November. And the second one is the Day of the Dead, celebrated the 2nd of November. The first day of November is a national holiday, so everyone can have the day free to go celebrate. This day, French people go to the cemeteries where their loved ones rest in peace. They go there to clean and decorate with chrysanthemum flowers. These flowers are the most used this day in France, and you are not supposed to give this flower in other season of the year because it's wrong sin. You should not do it. They also use lanterns to illuminate the graveyards, and they also have prayers in the church to honor the dead ones. The second day of November is very representative, and over time, French people mix the 2 days and celebrate everything in La Toussaint, but they are always trying not to forget their family and friends that are gone. And also, I would like to say this is a religious festivity, not a cultural one. So there are no special food or music or other things that can make this day special. It's just that they go to the cemetery, they decorate, and they go to the church. That's pretty much what they do during this day. In Mexico, the Day of the Dead, as you may already know, it is a huge holiday. That it is a fusion between the Catholic Church tradition of the Day of All Saints and the pre-Hispanic cultures. Although the origins are religious, this is a part of the Mexican culture now. Here, we celebrated the 1st and the 2nd of November, and people go to the cemetery to bring food and flowers to their family and friends. We also bring music and spend time in the cemetery. In some parts of Mexico, they stay the night singing and decorating the graves, but in some others they don't. But it doesn't matter. Everything is part of this colorful day where we remember our loved ones. Some other things that happen those days are school activities like calaveritas. These are rhymes talking about the dead in a funny way. There are also festivals where people dress as Catrinas, and we do altars at home where we put pictures of our family and friends who are gone, and we also put some food and things that they like when they were alive. Um, I personally would like to share with you something that we do for my grandmother. This is a cempasúchil flower mat, and we go all together to do it on the Day of the Dead. And well, this is pretty much in general what happens in Mexico. In conclusion, it is very interesting how two countries across the world have very similar traditions but very different at the same time. La Toussaint and Dia de Muertos are all about celebrating and remembering the people that are gone, But in France, it is very religious, and there are just a couple of activities that they do. That it's basically go to the cemetery and go to the church to pray. But they are always remembering their loved ones. While in Mexico, it is a big celebration where it doesn't matter if you are not religious. You can celebrate and remember your loved ones too. Another similarity I would like to mention is that both countries have a specific flower for that season. In France, they use the chrysanthemum, and in Mexico, we use the cempasúchil. Another thing is in Mexico, we have traditional food for this season, and we also have some other activities, as I mentioned before. Um, well, to conclude, the Catholicism participated actively in both countries to evangelize. Both traditions started many years ago, and nowadays it continues and it will be. These traditions shows how cultures are able to evolve over time and adapt to the situation. Thank you.